Where in the world are we? Where in the world are we? Where in the Walt Disney World are we? Well, I'll tell you where we are. But first, we gotta figure out what this is. It's the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes, and sometimes it happens in the Kingdom of Morocco. Look at this, everybody. We are in the Kingdom of Morocco, the Morocco Pavilion at the World Showcase in Epcot, in Walt Disney World, in Florida, in the United States, blah, 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 blah. See, there are people back home in California who would be like, wait, what? Where? You're in Morocco? What are you talking about? We're in Epcot. Epcot, the second theme park to open at Walt Disney World in 1982. We are in one of the most unique pavilions in the World Showcase. Now, I've already done some vlogs here, especially on the last trip, from some of the countries at the World Showcase in Epcot. Epcot's basically two theme parks. The front part is Future World, centered around the giant ball called Spaceship Earth. There's all kinds of rides there. And the second part of Epcot is the World Showcase. There's a massive lagoon that I'm pretty sure Disneyland would fit inside of. And all around it are all kinds of crazy different countries. You've got Mexico, you've got Canada, you know, exotic places like that. You've got Japan and France and Great Britain and China and just a bunch of countries. And one of the most interesting countries to me is Morocco. Now, a bunch of people asked me on Periscope today to do a vlog from Japan. Well, I've already done a little bit from Japan on the last trip, and it's super, super dark over there. But on top of all that, I chose Morocco not just because of its beautiful and bountiful lighting, but also because I kind of had a moment in Morocco today. Yes, me, I kind of had a moment. It wasn't quite as peaceful as this, actually, because there were more people back here earlier. They do an Aladdin and Princess Jasmine meet and greet inside this building, and there were a few people back here. But mostly Morocco is way more empty than the other countries, because not a lot of people know all this stuff is back here. It's all hidden behind a gate. Okay, Morocco, a very, very special pavilion for several reasons. Not just that weird looking piece of architecture there. For several reasons. Look at this. Do you see this? The Cella Minaret. Now, I don't know how to pronounce these pronunciations, so you have to forgive me. This tower is a replica of the minaret at Cella, a historical site located at the edge of Rabat, Morocco's capital. Founded by the Romans as a maritime station, Cella was later reconstructed in the 14th century by the Marinid sultans to become their necropolis and retreat. Necropolis? Isn't that where you bury dead people? See, look at that. That sign right there is one of the more interesting things about Morocco, because they're talking about this. Unlike most of the other pavilions in the World Showcase, Morocco is littered with a bunch of signs that actually explain where the inspiration for its architecture and wonderful details came from. Back there is a very elaborate, very ornate, very cool fountain. Very, very cool fountain. But look, most people just pass right by. They're not paying attention. They're not really looking at it. It's a back corner. There's nothing back here. I don't see Mickey Mouse. I don't see Mickey Mouse. Where's Mickey Mouse? Or in the case of tonight, most people are like, where's the beer? Where's the beer? I'm here for the Food and Wine Festival. I need some beer. Look at this. Now, I can't read Arabic, so I have no idea what that says up there. But there are all kinds of richly carved details. Hand-laid tiles here. And this beautiful, beautiful fountain. And then there is a historical plaque telling you which real fountain it's based off of. Look at this amazing, amazing place. It's the same for this building and this building. All of these buildings have some kind of direct connection to their home country of Morocco. So I was walking around here going, wow, this is really cool. And I was thinking to myself, you know, Justin, when you're walking through Morocco, especially in the bazaar over here, it really feels like you've been transported to a whole new world.
This is so weird.
I'm sorry, you'll have to forgive the pun. And actually, it's recycled because I used that earlier when I was filming Random Lamps. It's just, don't tell anybody. I'm running out of jokes. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Anyway, look, in here, Lamps of Wonder, where you meet Aladdin and Jasmine. Just a little Aladdin and Jasmine meet and greet. Obviously, in 1982, I don't think you were meeting Aladdin and Jasmine there. But inside here, in this crazy eye of the needle, is the bazaar. No, I feel sort of bizarre for filming myself while there's no one in here. Hello, guys. It's really quiet back here right now. There's nobody in here. There's no one in Morocco. Everyone has fled. Look at this. Normally the sun kind of shines through the slats in this roof. There's all kinds of crazy, wild stuff in here. Look at. Fez. I'm gonna try on one of these hats. Did you know that Fez is a city in Morocco? I didn't know that. I always just thought it was the hat. Look at this. Look at this hat. I am Moroccan that hat. I am Moroccan that hat. I don't want to pay for it, but I can Morock the hat. The hat out of that heck. I butchered it. Look at all this stuff, you guys. It's insane. These crazy lamps, these crazy rugs. There's a whole bunch of these rugs for sale. It really does look and feel like an actual bazaar. I mean, as far as I know, I've never been to the Middle East and been into a real bazaar. Although I'd like to go to Istanbul, or one of those cities someday. I always wanted to go to Damascus. Is that weird? I always wanted to go to Damascus, one of the oldest cities in the world, although I don't think right now is a very good time to be headed towards Damascus. Look at this. There's all kinds of crazy shops and crazy products and crazy, wonderful Moroccan things in here. Really good incense, including, by the way, back over there, some Nag Champa, which is not Middle Eastern or Moroccan. I think it's Indian, but it's really, really good incense. In here is Casablanca carpets. Yes, Casablanca. There's all these crazy places, Fez, Casablanca, others that I've been learning about today that are part of the country of Morocco. And that is, whoa. That scared me really bad because I thought that was a real lady with her shirt askew, just sitting there like, what are you doing in here vlogging? Well, hello, ma'am. You're looking very nice today. May I proceed? You may. Look at all these crazy. There's nobody in here. Anyway, look at all these carpets. They're actually for sale. They're actually selling these Casablanca carpets in here. There's all kinds of Middle Eastern jewelry, beautiful ornate boxes, lamps to rub to your heart's content. This one has Egyptian stuff. Oh, that's cool. Nag Champa, like I was saying, this is my jam, or at least it used to be. Nag Champa incense. Pretty wild. In here, or so I have been told by friends and then learned afterward, this is a replica of a house in Morocco. And there's all kinds of crazy reasons, like the fountain is here. This is where the women would come down and get the water from the fountain, or I guess the men. This is how they would drink. But obviously this would be kind of a rich person's house. Look at all that. Look at all the detail work in here. Now, one thing you don't see are any depictions of humans or animals, at least not in all of these kinds of motifs here. And that's because over there in those countries, they don't believe that those things should be depicted, apparently. I don't know all the rules, but they're following along with tradition that they don't really use human and animal motifs in art, just a lot of plant work. And look at this. Uh-oh. Did somebody Heimbuck the fine carvings? Did somebody Heimbuck the fine carvings and the fine woodworking? Did somebody do that on purpose? No. Well, yes, they did, but it wasn't a guess. It was actually the people who helped to build this. One of the other things that makes this place unique, I don't know if I got to this yet or not, is that Morocco actually helped to pay for the construction of this pavilion. And they were integral in its design and construction. I am losing my mind. Tired. I'm sorry. So if I don't make a lot of sense, I didn't have time to build the vlog to scale or to paint it. Whew, I almost forgot the disclaimer. Anyway, the king of Morocco sent his artisans and craftsmen to use their artistry and craftsmanship in creating this pavilion. So you have this very crazy accurate replica of a historic home in Morocco. Let's pop out of the door really quick. Somewhere it says, oh, Fez house. So it's like a house in Fez. You come in here, and this is where the men would gather to pray down here. The women could watch them from upstairs, or where the women would come to get their water when it was water time. There's a whole sign all about it and about the house, about the detail. But you see, the thing is, over there, they believe that nothing is perfect but God. So they intentionally marred the artwork so that it wouldn't be too pristine and take glory away from heaven. So there's all these crazy little details I would have never known otherwise. And right in here, behind door number 3, is the last little piece of the puzzle. Oh, that's some really good air conditioning. I don't know if they have air conditioning in Morocco, but if they do, I bet I'm gonna like it just as much as I like the air conditioning in here. Look at this. There's a whole art gallery in here talking about the hand of Fatima, scars of nature, the art of henna, and to brighten the eyes. Look at this, actually. Look at this stuff. I guess there's this stuff called coal, and you made it from soot and other stuff, and you protect your eyes with it. It's super, really weird and crazy. I am going to think of Kohl's, the department store, a lot differently now. Look at this place. There's all this crazy stuff in here talking about the Fantasia. Moroccan festivals are accompanied by a Fantasia. Equestrian extravaganza. Look at all the detail. Look at all the detail. Well, anyway, the moment wasn't just looking at the detail, wasn't just exploring Morocco all on my own today, or hiding on this bench in the air conditioning while everybody else was outside sweltering. The moment was in the Morocco pavilion more than any other, although this is true of every pavilion here. I really thought, but it's especially Morocco for this reason, because I was like, Morocco is a country I have barely ever thought about in my life. Morocco is a country, I'm like, hey, Morocco, that's somewhere down like Spain, and then down Morocco somewhere across the way there, you know, their neighbors or something. I think there's a king. But I didn't know much about Morocco. It's a place I never would have been like, oh, put that on my list of places to go. But after visiting its pavilion in the World Showcase, now I'm like, oh man, I'd really like to go check out this Morocco place. I would really like to look at it and see what it's actually like in real life. I feel like I learned a lot about Morocco today, and that's it. That is the moment I realized that's the point of the World Showcase. The point of the World Showcase is to teach you about a culture you didn't know about before. The point of the World Showcase is to transport you to another country that you've never been to before. It's to open your mind up and give you a brand new experience that you've never had before. So I don't know if Morocco is my favorite pavilion. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's close. There's China, it's so good. Mexico is so cool with the indoor thing and the boat ride and everything. But Morocco has definitely got to be up there in terms of just the richness of the detail, the fact that they really hammer home the history, and it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But mostly that it cuts right to the point of the World Showcase, which is to educate and entertain and really transport you to, here it comes again, a whole new world. So I feel like I learned a lot today about Morocco, and I kind of just wanted to share that. Even though literally nobody, when I asked them which country would they be interested in seeing, said Morocco. But there you go. All the more reason to show Morocco instead of the thing that you asked for. Which was Japan. And actually I need to go pick something up from Japan, so I'm gonna head over that direction. It's just that Japan is really, really dark right now. I met some super crazy drunk people over here earlier, and I did not have time to tango with them. Oh, you hear that?
Epcot is proud to welcome
they are going to show the Illumination Show, a nighttime spectacular in 15 minutes, which means that Epcot is going to close in 15 minutes. And I have got to film that very show. Well, here, listen to the rest of what he's saying.
And take small children by the hand.
Whoa, take that kid by the hand, sir. Take him by the hand,
Tonight's
sir.
Illuminations, Reflections of Earth
It's over.
will begin in just 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. I'm waiting for the Spanish announcement, but there isn't one. Magic Kingdom and Disneyland always have a Spanish version afterwards. Not so. Okay, cool, we're in the clear. Look at this, everybody. Japan. A lot darker and gonna be a lot grainier out here. Japan is another one of those super elaborate, crazy pavilions with a lot of history thrown in. There is a sign explaining this huge house. There is a sign explaining that pagoda. And there is a lot of detail in the back of the pavilion. It's all based around a huge Japanese castle, partially obscured by those trees right now. And this one, though, unlike the Morocco pavilion, which was paid for by Morocco, this one was paid for largely by this company. I cannot pronounce the name of it. Mitsukoshi, I think. Mitsukoshi? Yeah, I think. So they are running a huge double restaurant up there. It's a steakhouse, and then there's a whole bar area and everything. up here, it's a massive, like that up there is the size of like a 2.5 story building. Big high ceilings, huge windows that look out over the World Showcase Lagoon, which we'll look at in a second. Then back there, further through this castle gates, this huge castle, there's a whole museum area, and then there's a huge pagoda, and there's a koi garden, there's all this stuff. But like I was just saying, it is super dark here. However, I am pretty darn sure that on the last trip I made to Walt Disney World about a month ago, I vlogged from Japan. So if you go back and look, you will see that vlog. Downstairs in this Mitsukoshi shop is the most massive gift shop in Epcot. It goes all the way along that pavilion, through the underside of the castle, and then around, like in a big L shape, through the entire thing. They have everything in there. They have everything from like kimonos to, oh geez, to like Spirited Away merchandise and Totoro and Nintendo stuff and Japanese fans and teapots and curling irons and probably couches. I don't know. I really didn't delve that far into it. There's all kinds of lucky cats and just crazy stuff in there. Each pavilion in the World Showcase, I could do like 15 vlogs from and 20 random lands from, and they're amazing, they're wonderful, and sadly, this is my last visit to the World Showcase until I get to come back to Epcot. I don't know when that will be. I'd really like to come back with my mini-me, my short round, my kid at some point. I don't know when that's gonna happen. This trip was mostly about random lands. I did get quite a lot done today. There's still a little bit left to do, and I am up against the clock. So here I will leave you in Japan as you requested. Not exactly the way you were hoping for it. Kind of like, you know, I always wanted to come here. Didn't expect to be coming here filming crazy videos and running around doing so much work. At some point in the future, I'll be able to afford coming back just to have a little fun and maybe just only do vlogs again. But for the moment, I have stuff to do. I've got to go. Walt Disney World trip, I still have a few more days. But as far as I know, this is the last day I'm gonna be able to come to Epcot unless I get a lot more work done. So I've got to go, everybody. I've got to go. It's all work and no play for JJ. Not that it's miserable. I'm actually having a pretty good time. It's just that I've been so tired, so hungry, so sore, so focused. I don't know. So there's always something going on that's so extreme here. The parks are extreme, they're huge, your legs are sore, you're tired, I'm overstimulated, this whole list of things, checking off a little bit of this list, a little bit of this list, but it's all starting to come together as the trip winds down. Like, I finished this, I didn't finish this, so it's becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. Here's a huge gift shop I was talking about. Since I gotta get something from the back, why not show you some of the things in it? Oh, hear that? Any second, it's gonna start happening, and I need to be out there for it, so you have to hurry. Look at what I was saying. Ninja cows, ninja swords, all kinds of anime things, Kiki's delivery service fan. That's amazing. All kinds of amazing Japanese products. I'm out of time. I gotta leave you here. I will do more sometimes vlogs from Walt Disney World. I will be back later. Make sure to follow me on Periscope, Justin Scard. Tweet me, Justin Scard. Instagram, LiveFastI4. Snapchat, LiveFastI4. And we will see a lot more of each other. Subscribe for some more adventures. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.